Once again, I want to greet you members this afternoon as we discuss more things on the new curriculum and then the knowledge-based curriculum. Though I'm on the opposite side and I strongly disagree with some of the things that are put up in the new competence-based curriculum. From the former speaker, from the proposal side, I said that members in the new curriculum, especially the students, have gained the skills, which I strongly disagree because most of them have left Form 4 with a few skills that they can put on the platform. Again, on the issue of collaborative learning and critical thinking, I will need to disagree with him a bit, like 40%, which is not yet there, maybe to be there sometime to come. So for the few things I came with today, the new competence-based curriculum won't work. Number one, because of inadequate resources, as in many schools lack labs, equipment, and trained teachers. We well know most of the remote areas, schools don't have electricity, rural electrification has not reached there. So what we are going to do, the new curriculum, you cannot apply ICT there. Maybe they can use solar circuits in schools, it can work sometime to come. So resources are very few, teachers are not prepared, that's the second point. Most of them are not trained, especially those of which the curriculum found in 2020. They had to do some facilitations, but again, they were not fully worked upon. And then classes are overcrowded, yet we are meant to make learners discuss in groups, which is not easy to do when a class has 140 students or 100. And then again, the curriculum, I think it won't work because of the points I've made above. More points are going to come from my friends in the opposition.
Okay, thank you. We have heard from you that it won't work, and we have said other side is saying it will work. But you people should know we are talking about things we all know. If you are to play around with people, yes, you are informing an intelligent group of individuals who are here. Okay, let's have one body flare so that we can also highlight the beauty of the CBC.
Okay, appreciations, our moderator of the day in the House, the counterparts on the opposition side and my colleagues on the proposition side. Good afternoon, everyone. So maybe I'll start with this, throwing some light to the opposition side, that today's motion, among the words that are making it, is will improve the performance. So colleagues, we are not saying that it has actually improved the performance, because possibly we've not seen the results of the competence-based curriculum, specifically in line with physics. But now what we are discussing is the fact that we are trying to see whether possibly it will improve and enhance development. That means we are looking at what we expect from the CBC in the near future, regardless of whether it has achieved it by now or not. So to begin with, I will talk about the fact that Uganda is a developing country, one of the third world countries, and in a developing country, we do not crave for very big things, but small things. So what I'm talking about is, I'm saying the lower secondary curriculum in line with physics specifically will be able to achieve its targets, because Uganda is a developing country, in that in a developing country, school dropout is not news. So in Uganda, we expect there is a very high possibility of learners dropping out even when they've not completed some particular levels of education. But having the CBC means that even after dropping out, at maybe after senior 3 or senior 2, a learner will have competencies or capacities that can make that learner survive in the competitive Uganda, even when they've not actually completed a certain level. My next view is about the fact that Uganda is a nation and it has a leadership, a very well structured leadership, and everything that takes place in a country is led by the leadership of the country. So the CBC is going to work because definitely it has to work because it has been implemented. What I'm trying to talk about is whether the opposers oppose it or not, it has been implemented. So I will finalize by calling upon the opposers to join us, and we support the curriculum that even where it looks like it won't work, we force it to work. I rest my case.
Thank you, Mr. Kafreka, for using the minimum time, and since you were the CBC, maybe the CBC is now making it well. Okay, let's have Honorable Emmanuel to say something about something bad about the CBC, why it won't work. And you convince the group.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson of the debate. To me, strongly, I disagree with the competence-based curriculum because of these following reasons. One is that the competence-based curriculum that you are supporting is promoting more of shallow learning than deep learning, whereby concepts in physics, they just give you an introduction of it, they tell you go and do it. So it's as if they are sending you to the field with an empty toolbox. And that one hinders academic achievement. We know that often strong knowledge is best and is linked to mastery of content. So as in competence-based curriculum, when you just keep teaching things in a shallow way, learners won't have a deeper understanding of that thing and they won't do anything as regards to their academic achievement. And this will lead them to fail in exams or get poor grades. They will be failing to do their assignments very well, and also will fail to come out with productive and useful projects that you people are always talking about in CBC. Thank you.
Point of information.
Okay, you can go ahead.
I want to inform Mr. Emmanuel that we are not aiming at the mastery of content, but we are aiming at skills. What can the learner do? That's why we came up with the competence-based physics curriculum.
Point of correction.
You can go ahead.
Okay. When we are talking about mastering content, we know that every experiment, or even in physics, every experiment that you do always has a theory behind it. So why do you study the theory before doing the experiment?
Okay, thank you. We shall come back to that huge discussion about mastering content and just only gaining the competence. Then let's have Honorable Wama Agaton to conclude on the side of the duty of the CBC. Mr. Wama, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I appreciate all of the views that have come from the members in this house, and I want to compliment on how really the new lower secondary curriculum will improve the performance and enhance the development. Number one, you realize we have what we call the national development goals that are supposed to be achieved by 2040. As my counterpart, Honorable Kafreka, mentioned, that this is a will tense, meaning we are looking at the future of our country. So in Vision 2040, we are supposed to be ending poverty. Poverty is no more in 2040, and by this new curriculum that will be achieved. Why? Because we are focusing on skills and we are integrating ICT right here. Because when I was teaching in my school practice, we took these students to a construction site to actually see the elasticity we are talking about in class that was not being done in the KBC. but now it is being done. The ICT integration. Right now, we all know that by 2040, there is nowhere you are going to go without ICT. So with the introduction of this new lower secondary curriculum, this is going to enable us achieve such goals. And with those few points, I choose to rest my cause.
Okay, inquiry, Mr. Chairperson.
Okay.
He's talking about that skills is one way of ending poverty. Mr. Agaton, do you know that some people have skills but they are still poor?
Now, I don't know what the honorable member is talking about, because these skills I'm talking about is like, for example, building. I've just informed you that we took students to a construction site. They had a touch, what we call a hands-on the equipment that I used to build. These students are not going to just sit there waiting for opportunities to come. No, they will go out, all in, such that they do these things. We are looking at job creators, not job seekers.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Agaton, and I've seen Mr. Buduman so actively. You want to say something? Okay, Mr. Buduman, and you are totally opposing what Mr. Rama is saying. Go ahead and give out your views.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, the opposers and fellow opposers. Good afternoon. So, the motion is saying that the new rural secondary curriculum will improve performance and enhance enrollment and livelihood in Uganda. But I'm here to oppose that with the following views. One of them is that this new rural secondary curriculum, first of all, it was implemented within a short period of time. They did make a pilot study. Henceforth, there will be some challenges that will come up. For example, let's talk on the testing issues. For example, at the moment right now, the senior folks have to sit for their end of O-level curriculum, but then the students cannot be characterized. Is in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, they are all said to have passed. So that means the moment when they are having the competition for jobs, that means there will be a challenge of grading them as well. Another reason, there is certain fatigue. Like all of us went for school practice, if I'm not mistaken. There was a challenge whereby they used to call for teachers for training. They used to take like 4 on the total number of like 8, let's say. Then they said that those 4 that after training they will come to train the others. But the challenge that could be is that even the 4 that have gone there, they could not come up, or they could not cope up with the content that they could get from the workshop. And then you find that when they reach this side, you find that some teachers are getting some confusion and they end up resisting the school practice. You used to see most of the teachers continue teaching in the KBC, even though they went for workshops. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Honorable Moderator, thank you very much. Allow me to inform the precarious speaker. The issue is talking about the issue of competition for jobs is actually what the CBC curriculum is trying to fight. So please be informed that though there are no grades will not be necessary because there will be no more competition for jobs. Thank you.
Okay, you have said that the CBC was not necessary. Then we all know that the CBC has not started in Uganda today. The CBC started a long time back in 1980s. US had started it, then Australia 1990s, then it went to South Africa 1997. I think all those are no countries. Then it went to Tanzania 2005. That's why even the Tanzanian currency is better than ours. And other countries. We have Finland, 1994, and other stuff. Now, for us, we want to adopt and see, can we also cope up to like the other countries and we make it? Now, how if it is to fail, because it will not go. If it is to fail, how to improve? If it is progressing well and good. Now, we want that argument to be discussed by Mr. Azimwe Elvis and tell us, depending on what you have heard from the other side and what you have heard on the other end.
Okay. Good evening. Sorry, good afternoon. So, to begin with, what Agapon was saying that he took his students in SP to a site in order to see elasticity.
Yes.
But in actual sense, that can also be achieved in class, isn't it? All of us know we are teachers, science teachers. That can be achieved in class. So that cannot prove to anyone that the CBC is the greatest. I strongly agree. However much the CBC is going to work, because it is not going anywhere, isn't it? Yes, however much it is going to work. Among the improvements that should be made is testing, because the assessment is still on theory rather than the skills these people are talking about. Yes, so UNEB should find a way of assessing the practicals more than the theory. Otherwise, another talker should start from there.
Okay, you have said that they should start the testing, which is okay. But the thing is, they do test the practical sense because they do practicals. Not so.
Yes.
The practicals are there and they do projects beyond what was so far done in the other curriculum.
How are those projects assessed?
They assess, they have project assessment sheet, then they fill in. They assess it for over 6 times.
Do you realize that those assessment forms are just filled and sent to the board? How is UNEB able to determine that learners did the projects?
Now, that is the thing we are discussing here. If you say that the CBC, now they are assessing the project the way you are doing it, now it means you are the people who are rigid, you don't want the thing to change automatically. Now you are making it bad, because even the assessment, you are challenging the assessment. It's now just to adopt, to see how we can get the beauty out of it, like other countries have mentioned before they have done it. Okay, thank you for all the time you have gathered to come here. You have left the important issues we are doing, and you have said let you come to discuss onto this one. Thank you for your time. We meet again. Let's also leave the discussion for the citizens also to talk about it, and we shall be seeing the feedback from the citizens. Okay, thank you for the time rendered. Good afternoon.